Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
This is the worst talk show I've ever seen. Okay.
Welcome to
the first car review. No, this is the first car review of this channel. Because we got a new baby right here. Okay.
Yeah.
This I don't want to say.
You need to introduce yourself. Okay. This is I'm Brian.
I'm Kevin.
This is Cars Daily, and I think the camera is sideways. Okay. I think the camera is sideways. Today we have a great episode for you today. We're going to be talking about Kevin's new car.
This is the first video, so we're going to be talking about a random thing that we don't know what. And it's going to be this car right here.
Okay. Backstory, Kevin 2021. This is Kevin's new car. It is the Toyota Corolla 2021
NightShade edition. So basically what it means is that all the aesthetics, meaning the rims, the back from the badge to the SE symbol to whatever else you can think of, is all blacked out. There's a white version, which just means the same thing in black, but this one is the legit NightShade model with the black exterior.
Okay.
There's not much of a difference, I think, from the 2020 model to the 2021.
One second, what's
Okay,
yeah, we live next to we live close to an airport, so there's that's a helicopter.
This will be the only time that will happen, not that often.
Okay.
Anyway, so the only difference between this and the 2020 model is not really anything.
Did you do the research? Do you not have the information?
No.
Okay, so this is a hatchback. This is a Toyota Corolla hatchback. It's I don't have much information either. We didn't do prepared for that much.
But I know for sure that this hatchback has been compared to like other things like the Volkswagen GTI and the Honda Civic hatchback, and it's definitely smaller than those two. But I think it fits the Corolla. Like the Corolla line. They just wanted to make it like a hatchback version that could compete with those cars.
Okay, so I think because this there's a lot of car reviews that already tell you the specs, so we're not going to focus on specs.
So yeah, go look at those.
No, don't.
Go look at those.
Just read up on those. You can have that up while you watch this review. So we're going to focus more on the actual experience driving the car, being in it, sitting in it, living with it. We've had Kevin's had
like
it
2 weeks now.
Kevin's had it for 2 weeks, so we have a good comprehensive review of what it's like living with the car.
Drivability, all this stuff.
All right, so first things first, just getting into the car. It has a
Regular Corolla key fob. Same thing you'll see with every other Toyota. Not much change to it. Same kind of this is the same thing you'll get if you get a Camry. The only difference is that it has a button for the trunk. This one does not, because it's a hatchback. Yeah. And other than that, this is the exact same key fob, same plasticky feel, same. The only difference is the badge. You'll see Corolla underneath instead of Camry, instead of anything else like that.
Okay. Other than that, you could just like it's a, what is it called?
It's keyless entry.
Keyless entry. So you just walk in.
Keyless start.
I like this thing about Toyotas is that they put the keyless entry thing inside the handle as a touch inside the handle, so that way you just go and reach in and open the door, and your fingers, when you hold onto the handle, will unlock the door.
Yeah, other than that, don't go in the car and try it. Go in the car and see what else is inside.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna switch to inside the car review.
3, 2,
1. Okay, so welcome to the inside of the car. It is quite roomy. We are both over 6 feet tall, and we fit
comfortably in the front of the cabin.
Yeah, in the front 2 seats, it's pretty nice.
It is a hatchback, so you do reach all the way to the back, so you are able to reach the trunk. As I said earlier, you see all the black from the black, what is this, interior composite faux leather, whatever, to the steering wheel. The steering wheel feels like I don't know if it's the leather was worn out for the Camry one, but this one feels a little more grippy. The other one felt like just like slippery leather. There's like a grain, like a feeling of a grain on it. Mm-hmm. Like there's like sandpaper type of thing where it makes it easier to grip. The difference with the main infotainment system is that for the Camry one, I think it's on the top of the right. It was actually into the center console. So like there's a whole center console built for it. This is kind of like laid on top of the AC system, kind of like an iPad laid on it.
Yeah.
And then the buttons.
I like the buttons.
Feel good. Feel they're pretty
tactile.
Yeah, it's not like it's like flat and you can't really feel it.
And the one that you compare this, most often people compare this to the Civic. The Civic doesn't have the tune knob for the radio. This one has a tune knob, so that way you can adjust the radio pretty easily. And other than that, it's pretty. Ooh, I think they go through. Fine. Sorry. Our neighbor just drove
through
past.
it like, what is going on?
But okay. Anyways, okay. Yeah. So, So sitting in here. Okay.
I mean, other than this, like it's very like all Toyota fashion, it's supposed to be simple, right? So everything in here is straightforward. Just two knobs on here, home button, audio button. The Apple CarPlay is already tuned into, or is already programmed into this one, so that's good. The AC system, this is very simple. There's an auto button. The rest of these are just to, is basically just to adjust where the airflow is going, and then also turning on AC. There's an eco mode for heating and cooling. I don't really know what that's for, but
eco, I think that, or if it's like anything like Honda cars, it's just, it'll turn off the AC, and like instead of keeping the AC on, it'll just turn it on and off, on and off, on and off.
Okay,
save your gas.
To save the energy. Okay. The vents are, since it's small, it just really needs these four. I don't think it needs much more than that. And then
yeah, I don't think you need it in the back because airflow is pretty clean, or airflow pretty.
It circulates pretty well. And nothing else other than that. Like just simple 4 switches for the windows here on the driver's side, and as on the back, same things, just for their own. And
it has a backup camera. It has a backup camera, and the backup camera is not what is it called when it moves?
Not responsive.
Yeah, it's not. The backup camera is not responsive.
It's not adaptive,
so
yeah.
If you turn the steering wheel, it doesn't move. It's just static. But it's a backup camera, so it's pretty standard. It's good.
Okay.
There is no garage opening buttons.
Yeah, so there is no for your was it home link, those kind of things. It's not programmed onto this at all. That's the most. It's probably because it's probably the most basic thing. But I think in place of this, also the touch buttons for the lights are their actual physical buttons. It's not like you touch the lights to turn it on. So you have to touch these buttons, push it on. Yeah, everything else is like wait, I turned it off.
Oh, everything else feels like a normal car. I think it's pretty standard. The only thing is I didn't like that you can't really put up your phone in an easy spot. Your phone is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's the space in the front is smaller, so like to extend, there's not really space on the dashboard or over it to be able to place your phone holders, or like even on the vents, there's not places that you can kind of like that doesn't obstruct the info system.
Mm-hmm. That's just because everything's compact.
Yeah.
So everything has its place. If you put something extra on it, it kind of obstructs something else.
Right.
Which is fine. The all the windows are automatic, I think. Yep, all the windows are automatic. And driving with it, Kevin, what do you, since you've been driving?
Well, wait, okay, I'm gonna tell them about the driver's side. Okay, the driver's side switches, pretty normal switches for the, what is this?
Blinkers?
Blinkers, for the blinkers. Everything else, like the windshield wipers, the lights, these are all just normal things. In terms of the speedometer,
tachometer,
the tachometer, where you see the speed, okay, it's like the difference with this one and the Camry is that they place the info section, like the display section, showing like where your wheel PSI, your how much mileage you have, your digital speed, those kind of things is placed on the right side rather than center. It's nothing else is too different on here.
Do you ever use that speedometer, or do you just look at the speed on the side?
I mostly look at the digital speed. So I'm just looking at the digital display, not really the actual meter.
I think for this, Honda did it right with the Civic that long time ago. The old Civics, where they don't even have a speedometer, they only have a digital display for the speed, because
that's what people look at.
I feel like it's easier to read a number than to find the dial.
But for like, I think for car people, if they really are into cars, looking at that is kind of more of like, they have all these meters, you know, for everything. So I think they want to see that. So you can't really take it away.
But like in sports stuff, like what is it, track cars? They don't even have the speedometer. They just have the.
That's different though, because their main focus for speed is to look at your RPM, so they don't even need to know how fast you're looking, right?
No, so that's what I mean. So that's why it's like most people who would be into cars, they wouldn't even look at the speedometer. They would just look at the tach. I think that's called the tachometer. I'm not sure, but I just know I don't like a speedometer that's a dial, because I feel like it's a waste of space. If you have a digital display, that's so much better. But
it's just what's it called? It's like aesthetic and also traditional. Like the style's already set, so might as well just. And also,
maybe it might be and maybe it might also be easier, because if you just have a whole space with a screen, that might cost more. But if you just fill it with that one speedometer, it'll be easier to pay for it. And I don't know. That's
true. Driving style here, this does come with a sport mode, as well as it has a parking hold. Yeah, it has a manual mode too. So and the paddle shifters are on the side of the.
Wait, it has paddle shifters?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
It has the shifters on the side, just like any other car. I think Brian mentioned that they have a new system for it. What's it called?
I think it's called the IVT, inter-variable transmission, or something like that.
But main thing is that it's not manual transmission at all. So it's not using gears. It's just to feel like
you have more control.
Yeah, you have more control. You can basically control the RPMs. That's it. That's like where you want to shift.
Yeah, according to reviews online, these newer models have better manual modes than the older ones. And do you ever use manual mode?
I use it once. I haven't used it yet because I don't want to like push the car right now. But I did use it once before, and the difference that I felt is that it's like when I push on the gas, there's no real lag time. Like in the Camry, I feel like when you push on the gas, it kind of like slowly pushes up a little bit. But this one, it just straight up booms your RPM. It pushes it up, and then I know that when I'm on the regular drive mode, it does push the RPM pretty high too. It's not like it switches at like a low level like 3 or 4. It switches to like at like 5. So it's normally already pushing a lot. So I think on the sport it'll just push to the red. It'll push to like 7, and then it'll go. And then it has a park hold. So if you press on the brake a little longer, it'll just hold the brake for you. And I do like the e-brake on the auto e-brake. Yeah, so when you do park the car, it automatically puts on the e-brake, so you don't have to worry about like any hand brakes or anything like that. It just automatically just stops your car.
One thing I do have to say about the brake hold is that the Camry, I think, did it a little bit better, in that the Camry, you didn't have to press this button. This one is like, this brake hold is resettable, so that way every time you turn on the car, it won't auto set brake hold. You'd have to turn it on manually. And then the Camry, it just didn't have that. It didn't have a button, so every time you went and parked, or like you were at a red light and you stopped, you just had to press a little harder on the brake, and then you'd activate the brake hold. For this car, and I think a lot of cars now, for Toyota, you'd have to reset it every time, and that's a little more annoying in my opinion.
The thing is, like this one, like when you're in the Camry one, sometimes it doesn't hold. You know, like sometimes you press it and then you don't know if it's on or not. Like this one, if you press it, you know for sure the hold is gonna be on. Yeah, so you can press it and know for sure that's gonna hold. Like for the Camry one, for the Camry one, if you push it all the way, it does hold. But like certain situations, like if you're on a hill or anything, like you don't know for sure if it's gonna keep holding it for you, or if like you accidentally tap it, it'll just leave. You know, so like this for sure holds.
Yeah, that's true.
The center console here, quite small, but holds whatever like small accessories that you need right now. Obviously we have the hand sanitizers.
There's a USB port.
There's another USB port for charging. There's also a 12-volt plug-in.
The car thing.
And then 2 standard cup holders right in the center. The thing about this though is usually if you like to use the hand rest here and you have water bottles, like my hand extends over it, so then if your water bottle is above, it's kind of an awkward position for your hand to hold because it's like you're kind of holding the water bottle. Or if you have a drink here and then you have a straw coming up, right? You don't really want to touch the straw because you're going to use it to drink it. So like,
or if you have passengers.
Yeah, or if you have passengers or anything on here. It just kind of obstructs your hand, like your natural hand, your arm position right here. Yeah.
Does this move up?
It does move up.
Oh, you can do that then.
But then this will block. It'll block the straw. You know, if you have a regular size drink.
But there's a hole. It kind of tries.
I mean, yeah, it kind of tries to like fulfill that thing, but
it's not.
That's the only problem that I felt, because it's awkward for me to put it on here now.
Actually,
the drinks are here.
That's true. No matter how far it goes, you're always going to be over.
Yeah, you're going to be over the drinks.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
On the side, it does have like a what's it called? Another like bottle holder, so you could put your bottles or anything here. But like it just kind of makes it awkward. Like you have to keep both hands on the wheel, or
you could just rest your left.
Or you
hand.
just rest it on your lap or something, or yeah, something like this.
Okay, I didn't know that.
This is a difference.
I didn't think of that. That is true.
In the center here at the front, there's also a part where you can just put other accessories like your sunglasses or anything else you want to put.
I don't think you could really put your phone there.
I mean, yeah, but it still does hold the phone. Like it can hold my phone. I have the 12, and it's big enough to hold it there.
But I meant I don't think you could put your phone there and look at it. Like if you want to navigate, you can't just put your phone there and navigate with it.
It's not in a position where it's
too awkward of a position.
But this does, you can change this out to be a charging pad. They had that in the
part?
Yeah, like right here, you can change it out to be a charging pad, because you can plug it into the thing here.
Would you do that? Would you add that, or would you just stick with this?
Because I have my phone up here anyway to do Apple Play. I don't really know how they would do Apple Play if it's plugged in.
This is wired Apple CarPlay, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think you would do that.
Or maybe I could plug through the console to the back here, but I don't know. But I know it's an option to have a wireless charging pad right here, just because like if you don't have a phone holder, that's where you would put it. And
overall,
that's it for the front. Yeah, overall it's not a bad feel.
I think this is white. Yeah, there's a white trim. There's a white stitching. Yeah, it's an accent, and everything else is black and gray, which is really nice.
It just goes with the NightShade model.
It definitely feels like not plastic. It feels nice.
Yeah, it feels. I think the build of this is like. It feels a little more upgraded, but I don't know what it is compared to the Camry. It's like it feels a little bit different, a little bit more upgraded, but honestly, it's like the same thing, you know. It's like
I think it's just I mean, it's partially like instead of maybe they just worked on this front end, because it looks like this silver trim is not shiny silver, it's matte silver, so it kind of makes it, even though it's plastic, it makes it not look like it's tacky. And also I think it's kind of just being here in the car, I assumed the seats were going to be leather just by looking at it, but then they aren't. They're actually cloth. They're like this tech fabric. Yeah, it's not really cloth either. It's like tech fabric or something, like tech, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nice.
Feels good, feels good. The seats and everything are manually adjusted, so no automatic like seat adjusters.
There's lumbar support, right? Is there?
No, nothing.
No lumbar. Does it move the seat up?
It does move the seat. I think it has the pump. Mine has the pump. Mine has the pump for sure.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I don't like, one thing about Toyotas I don't like is that if you drive without your seatbelt, it'll beep forever.
Isn't there a setting to turn it off?
No, I think that's a safety setting. Okay. So it's just like if you're like sitting in the car and you're like moving the car just from like one spot to another or something like that for like a quick distance, you will, if the car starts beeping, it won't stop beeping and it'll just keep getting louder and annoying. So,
but you should always wear your seatbelts. Okay,
yeah,
don't
you should always wear your
seatbelt.
But it's annoying when you just have like if you're just like, oh, I need to move from here to here, and then the car starts beeping.
Yeah. Okay. Honest. Yeah. Okay. Small little things.
Yeah. Let's go to the back seat.
Let's go to the back seat. Okay. Seat. We're in the back seat now.
All right, coming to the back seat. Okay, this is it's kind of cramped. See, I can't really put this because the seats are here, but we're just gonna. I'll just point at Kevin. We'll
look,
see here.
look, see the headroom. See, okay, I'm gonna sit up straight. Right, my head is like okay, maybe like it's not touching. It's honestly not touching, but it's like I don't feel like it's like uncomfortable for me other than my feet because my feet are touching and like I have to kind of tuck it into the front. But I mean it's a comfortable cabin space. I can't really like if I had to sit here for like probably like a 30-minute car ride or anything like that, it would work out. It's not bad. There
Yeah, it's fine.
is a center console. More cup holders right here.
And an armrest.
And an armrest.
This is pretty
nice, right?
Yeah,
And then there's cup holders on the side here. On the side here. On this right on the armrest, on the left side armrest, or like on the
And there's a little holder for
there's
stuff.
also a little holder right here.
Or there's a holder right here too.
This holder is nice. This holder is actually really nice. This pocket is pretty deep all the way to the bottom here. And then she's right behind the seat, enough to hold, I don't know, magazines, anything you want. Again, I feel like their cup holder placements are weird because they put it here when your arm is supposed to be here, right? Like I get it, there's not much space, so you have to kind of compensate for the space and just put it on areas where you can to have cup holders, but just kind of weird. Like your hand's obviously gonna be here, or like maybe you can scrunch it back a little bit for the window control, but your hand's gonna be here. You know, it's gonna cover it.
That's true. I mean, the windows are okay, but overall, like the windows are nice. Big windows. You don't feel claustrophobic when sitting in the back.
You have access to the back, just right over your shoulder.
Yeah, so you have access to the back trunk from here, and overall, it's a pretty nice fit.
Nice fit.
Yeah, I guess it's cramped-ish. I mean, it's obviously small. Oh, it's obviously small, but yeah, it's doable. You can sit back here. It's
doable if you need to hold. You know, it's a hatchback, so it has that capability of holding two more passengers.
If you need 5 people, actually, you could do 5 people. It's just kind of more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because this little bit of this gap is right here is for the 5th person, and that you can't really fit much in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the back. It's pretty nice.
It's workable. It's still here. Most of the time I'll put it down anyways because there's no need for it. I'm just mainly driving to work or like commuting wherever else I need to. And 2 seats, the front seats is where I need what I need anyway. So these will be back. More trunk space.
So speaking of the trunk, let's check out the trunk.
Check out the trunk. Let's go. Right, before we look at the trunk, look at the badge. The blacked out Toyota badge, a blacked out SE badge, as well as a blacked out Corolla badge. So you do get these aesthetic differences from a regular Corolla hatchback. And when we open the trunk, there's a little latch on the bottom. It has that regular space. It's like honestly enough space to carry probably like a suitcase and a half, or maybe a whole large suitcase, and then that's about it.
I think it's 2 toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
2 rolls of the 2 packs of the like 12 or 16 toilet papers.
Yeah, right now underneath here, they do come with a little like this is like the hard mat where you can.
The all weather stuff.
And then underneath here is your spare tire, as well as tools and everything else. So your spare tire comes with one underneath.
Cool.
And then, yeah, so if I was to put these down, it just lays all the way to the front and you have all that trunk space, even more trunk space to put more things, which is probably what I'm gonna do. And yeah, that's the space for the trunk. I just like the reason that it's a hatchback, so that you're able to have access to it for a smaller car. Like for other cars, it does have a divider for the trunk. Like other smaller cars, it has a divider for the trunk where you have to get out of the car to go to the trunk. This you're able to access it, so that's what I need.
Plus, it looks nicer. I
Plus, it
think.
looks nicer.
Or sportier. And look at these nice lights. Little claw, like
A little, you know, it has a little ridge to it that acts like looks a little sharper, looks a little edgier. The wheels look nicer. Honestly, these look so nice, right? I think these like performance dark wheels, they look pretty. They look like you don't have to change rims. It looks nice already.
yeah, I think it accents it, especially because it doesn't have too much gap for the rubber, so it looks like it's like a filled cut tire. Yeah, pretty nice, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a little dirty now, but
2 weeks use. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I am completely satisfied with this car. I'm gonna take it for a drive and then see you around. Ready? Alright, going for a drive now. Let's go.
cabin noise.
Oh, cabin noise?
Yeah.
I
think it's pretty normal.
It's pretty normal. Not super loud. The wind noise is there, obviously, but it's just not like it's not overwhelming. Not anything crazy.
I think it doesn't stand out, which is pretty much all you want for cabin noise. You don't want it to stand out. It's just driving is normal. So
yeah, so for the drive of it, it doesn't have that kind of what is it, like that stutter or when
lag.
That lag when
going between like first and second gear, I guess.
Right, or just like getting off from zero, like the Camry did. The Camry, when you kind of got off of the when you started from zero, it would lag on first and second, just like, I don't know why. It wasn't even that you pressed it too hard or anything. It's just I think Toyota has that gas pedal that's kind of not sensitive, but I feel like there's just a delay between when you press and when the gas goes. Yeah,
the car goes
that's
forward.
true. That's true.
And just for reference, this is a Camry 2018 that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That was a car that we drove before.
Camry 2018 SE model too, so not the XSE with the V6, just the regular one. It's very smooth when it transfers from gear to gear, or switches gears.
Going up to 45 is really smooth. Like
going up to 45 is smooth. It's not gonna pick up any speed like from the start, so you're not gonna want to race anybody. That's like it's not gonna win any red light races or anything like that. Street drag races, but anything for a commute or for just daily driving. Yeah, this is like a perfect car. It gets 33 miles in the city per gallon and then 41 in the highway, so it's gonna get you the economy that you want.
Very good. Toyota knows how to make good miles MPGs.
Yeah, have good MPGs. Yeah, the drive is very standard. Feels very smooth. Very
The wheel
practical.
is really soft though, sensitive.
True.
I guess. So when you turn the wheel, you don't feel much resistance, yet the car turns like fully. So I guess the power steering is pretty strong because it's just really soft when you turn the wheel, not that hard.
The brake, I noticed, is also it brakes very well. Like if you're going from 60 and you're going down to you're trying to slow down, it has that very incremental slowdown, and even if you're pressing it pretty hard, it doesn't like jet you forward. It kind of, I think the brake holds pretty well.
Okay. Would you say it's like an incremental, like even incremental, or would it be like the first 50% it'll be slow, and then after 50% it'll like increase exponentially the brake pressure?
Yeah, I think it's after 50% it'll increase exponentially.
Okay.
So
it is
initially it'll be a smooth braking.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. There is blinds. Is there a blind spot detector?
There is no blind spot detector for this one. It does come with, like, it has the package to come with it, but this package that we got doesn't. It's completely basic.
But then again, you don't really need it because it's a small car.
Yeah, that's true.
So
looking at your blind spots, or looking at your blind spots especially, you can just, like, looking back at it, you can already see it. Like looking from the side, you can see on your peripheral vision.
That's true. So yeah, it's pretty easy to drive. The lights are LEDs.
Yeah, lights are LEDs.
So they're very light. They're bright white. And yeah, there's everything lights up at night, so it's easy to see. Yeah, I mean these are the lights inside the car that we're using to light our faces, and it's a yellow light. It's not white, so yeah, it's probably normal, pretty normal.
Within it is pretty normal.
Yeah, the drive itself is pretty comfortable. As a passenger, it's really comfortable. I just sit here, it's fine. I'd say suspension is on the normal to stiff side. It's normal, leaning a little bit to stiff.
Yeah.
So it's not like you'd feel every bump, but it just feels stiffer. So I guess it's easier for the driver to feel like they have more control on the turns.
Right.
So overall, pretty cool.
Yeah, suspension is it's a comfortable suspension though. So like it's not gonna feel like a race, like a stiff like race car or anything like that. But it's also not gonna feel like a Jello either. So that's it for this. This is like the drive for it. I would not complain with it at all. Like I go through turns on hills when driving to work, and the handle for it's pretty well. It's gonna carve those turns, and also when you want to like slow down for especially those downhill slopes, it'll be pretty comfortable going down too.
Nice. Okay. I think that concludes our review of the Toyota Corolla 2020
Nightshade edition, purely for the aesthetic models.
It is very nice. Very nice. I like the black color.
Yeah, but Nightshade is purely for the aesthetic models. I think they have it for like the Tacoma or like any other Toyota line as well. It's not just for the Corolla. So I like the fact that they do that. They like TRD anything, or they add whatever little bits for every single car. It's not just like for a Camry or like Corolla.
Oh, okay.
So it works out.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll conclude the review. Let's end it with the sound of the horn. Let's see what it sounds like. All right. So it doesn't sound that commanding.
It sounds like a clown car, and then you know how like normal cars, they have a little bit of a bassier tone to it. This horn is literally like a clown horn, like they would
higher pitched.
Yeah, higher pitched. No,
it's literally a beep.
Yeah,
it's a beep.
It's just high pitched clown car sound.
I mean, it's okay.
Whatever,
I feel like,
right? You don't want to create any road rage with this,
especially because you have a smaller car.
Yeah,
I think it fits the car a little. Actually, no, I would still have a better horn sound than this, but whatever. People will still hear you.
Yeah.
That concludes this episode of car reviews by Brian
and Kevin. So
we'll see you guys
when we have another car to review, or it's not only for car reviews. Okay, we're gonna talk about anything. It's just this time we got a new car, so I'm excited about it. And I think everyone's excited about it. So
yeah,
we just want to show it to y'all and let y'all know how it feels and how it feels to drive it.
If you have any other suggestions for things we should review, please leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe to this channel, and
also there's a Breezy merch line that just opened up. If you want to check that out too.
Yes, I dropped this shirt, limited edition, only one drop. After this is gone. This is the Breezy t-shirt. You could check it out at breezylow.com. Yeah, that'll be what?
That's it. I'm not gonna.
Okay, there's nothing else to plug. So that's it. We don't have
another horn, and then we're ending.
Yeah. All right.